We're in the middle of renovating this $340,000 house in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it's our 10th flip we've done in the last 9 months. If you're wondering how we went from wannabe entrepreneurs to doing multiple house flips, each making thousands of dollars in profit, keep watching. Coming up, we're giving you a behind-the-scenes walkthrough on how we're turning this outdated property into a luxury home that will net us $30,000 in profit, while also discussing the 6 specific steps we take to find, finance, renovate, and sell house flips. Let's go.
Bathrooms have pretty much been done. Like all the tiles in, the vanities are in, the kitchen cabinets are in, flooring is down, paint is pretty much done. There's some touch-ups. We're going to show you guys that today. We're also going to talk about the steps we took personally to get started flipping houses and how you guys can use those steps to your advantage and get started as well. So as you can see, flooring is down. There's still some touch-ups that we have to do to the paint, but paint is up for the most part. Cabinets in the kitchen are in. We're putting light fixtures in. So as you can see, look at this beautiful over the island, I guess light fixture, chandelier, what you would call it. Appliances are here. They're not installed yet. So this is the range. We do have a nice fireplace. So we painted the fireplace, painted the mantle black. So we're gonna paint this gold so that it has that gold accent. I think that'd be pretty cool. Obviously light fixtures throughout, so we put the recessed lights in. We like going recessed. It's just more modern. It illuminates the room a lot. So when we're looking for deals, that is the toughest part of this whole thing. We look for deals on market. We look for deals from wholesalers. Really, when you're looking on market, you're looking for houses that have either been sitting on market because they're dated. Buyers want a new updated property. They don't want to go in and make renovations. We are personally looking for an area that there are already properties selling, being flipped pretty much. So we want to stay away from anything that's older than 1960s. Obviously there are exceptions, but I'm okay with like doing roof, HVAC, but when it comes to like foundation or joists, we try to stay away from that. So we really just like going in, doing paint, flooring, countertops, cabinets. The range is anywhere from 2 to 500K purchase and 200 to like $800,000 ARVs. This house was on the market. It was dated. I think that they had just price cut it like 15,000 or 20,000, and it's already been on the market for like 30 days. But that just goes to show, one, there's motivation. They want to sell it. It's been sitting on the market, so because they want to sell it and they haven't been able to, we had our agent call the listing agent, and ask. They told us, hey, look, go look at it and just make us an offer. So on this area, if you guys take a look at the kitchen, it is massive. And we were like, okay, it's almost too big. So what we're gonna do here, because if you can see, like there's too many cabinets. So we're gonna take these cabinets out. These are 30-inch cabinets. We're gonna put 24-inch cabinets, which are slightly smaller. Here, up here, and then on this side, and then in between we'll put cabinets. Since we got the wine cooler here, this area is going to be more like a bar area. So we're going to put some shelves with undermount, like little slide things where you can put your wine glasses, and we'll stage it like that. And I think this area will be really cool. So that way it just doesn't look like too much cabinets. Here again is the island. So we're gonna have a waterfall island, meaning there's gonna be quartz countertops on the top and then quartz on the side. So it's gonna be nice looking island. Here we're putting a beverage fridge. So obviously you have your normal fridge, we have the wine cooler and the normal fridge. But here we're putting a beverage fridge where people can put sodas and I guess whatever they're drinking, right? Waters, dishwasher, range here, and then microwave, over the range microwave there as well. Oh, one thing that I really like is the hardware for the doors that we chose. We're going with the gold handles. I think they just look really classy. When we're trying to value what a property will sell for, we always use comps, comparables or comps. What we try to do is try to find a house or houses, the more the better, right? So because that solidifies your ARV. But basically as many houses as close to the subject property or the property you're looking to buy as possible. And what you want to see is, you want to see it similar in size as far as square footage, similar in age. So we try to stay within 10 years of that subject property. And then the area, similar style house. So we try not to compare a ranch home with a 2-story home, right? Because they're two different things. Or a split level with a ranch home. I would look at those, but I wouldn't call those the best comps. Now, if there's nothing else, then I would potentially use those. But the way we go about looking for comps is we don't have a special software, although there are many special softwares out there like PropStream. Obviously, the MLS is the best source because that's where all the accurate data is at. But if you don't have MLS access, which we don't as of yet, we use Zillow. Zillow works. I think Redfin even works. Realtor.com works. Any of the websites where you can see what has sold. And that's what you want to see. You want to see what has sold that's similar to your property. That way you can pinpoint, okay, they did granite countertops. They put new cabinets in, new flooring, new paint. If I do this and they sold for $200,000, I can likely sell for $200,000. Sorry, that was like a bug. There was a house that was 200 square feet bigger. Now, again, for square footage, we try to go 2 to 250 square feet, either smaller or bigger, to try to pull together a comp. That one sold for $560 a few months ago. All their updates were really nice. Had a really nice deck, had a really nice backyard, and they sold for $560. Again, 200 square feet bigger. So we put our ARV low fives based off of that comp, and then a few other ones that we picked. But that was the best one since it was in the same neighborhood and not too far from this property. This is the dining area. We're gonna be putting up a chandelier dining room to stage it as the dining area. And then this was the sunroom. Yeah, so I think last time you guys saw, this had a lot of insulation. We've closed this off. In fact, I didn't like the way that this was kept. So we're actually gonna overlay this with probably plywood and then put sheetrock on top and then sheetrock top so that it feels more part of the house. Because as you can see, what we originally did was frame it in, sheetrock and insulate it, but you can still kind of tell that this was not part of the house. But when we're done, it's gonna feel more seamless flowing into the house. So this area it is added square footage already because that's how we bought it, but I feel like people might have seen it like this, or especially the way it was before, they wouldn't have thought that it was actually square footage on the house, and that might have been a turn off for a lot of buyers. So fire. Laundry room, just paint, and then we're gonna change that light fixture. But we're not doing much in here. We're putting cabinets here. That way people could just store stuff, right? And then on this side, we'll keep it bare, simple, keep a cool, nice little laundry room. Once we have our comps and we have our ARV pinpointed, step 3 for us would be getting our rehab budget or our renovation budget, right? In order to do that, it depends on what contractor we're gonna use. What I would recommend is get a contractor, and the way you can find one is literally go to Facebook, search up your city or wherever the property is at, real estate group, and then either search up the name, the word contractor in that group, and you'll have tons of people. Finding a contractor is not difficult. Finding a good one might be difficult though. So once you find one, I would recommend having them walk it with you and explaining what you want to do to that property. Have them give you an estimate. Now, once we go under contract and get an inspection, we also send our contractor to give us a bid at the same time. That way we have a more honed in, accurate number. And then at that time, obviously inspecting anything that needs to be done, we add that to the scope of work, knock it all out in one swing. This is the bathroom, hallway bathroom. So, you guys have to see this. Okay, so we went with gold accents in this flip because we thought, man, like, you know, we always do the black, but gold is in. So as you can see, we got quartz countertops. We tried to match the floor. It doesn't match that much, but totally fine. I think it looks great. Look at the gold fixtures for the shower. They just look modern, and it looks just very appealing to the eye. And these are quality. I mean, like, this is fire. Hello. No, but this is like the little wash thingy. Most people don't actually put these. You usually see these in like higher end flips. But of course we got the shower head, look, the rainfall shower. We got the faucet down there, and then, oh, forgot water's actually on. This is just quality, like you can feel the quality. So flooring is done, tile is done. This whole bathroom's done, just needs the toilet and then the fixtures. So flooring obviously is done up here, paint is done. I think last time we already talked about the gold fan. So in the rooms, not much has been done. I mean, the rooms are pretty much done besides flooring and paint. They're pretty much done. But let's go take a look at the master bathroom. Once we have our budget, once we have our ARV, and we like the area, we like the property, we like the scope of work, what we need to do, we feel comfortable with the project itself, it's time to figure out what can we buy this for, or what can we offer, right? So, you know, industry standard, 70 to 75% of ARV minus repairs, that's your offer. Anything below that, home run, right? But we personally use an analyzer. So when you are submitting your offer, whether you're, you know, if it does make sense to submit your offer, submit it at where you feel comfortable. And then heads up, you're gonna have to put usually DD right now, So due diligence money, it's just money saying, hey, I'm gonna still inspect the property and I still have the ability or right to back out, but this is my due diligence money. If I do back out, you can keep it. We're seeing anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 EMD being decently competitive right now to win deals, so that's kind of what you need. So step 5, funding the deal. Now obviously if you have your own money, then you can fund it yourself, but we still use private money lenders. Now these are just people that we know, and then we obviously provide a return on their investment. We use their money to be able to, one, scale, right? So the more capital we can raise from investors, the more deals we can go out and do, and then the more revenue we can generate for ourselves. I think the best way of going about finding people is anything in person, right? So real estate events, you know, you can meet people there, just network with people, but you can also find events like at Eventbrite, meetup.com, in your local area. If not, just search on Google, just real estate events in, and then insert your city. The reason people want to give us their money is people that make a lot of money, they specialize in whatever they're doing that makes them money. They don't want the hassle of trying to do real estate actively to make more money, for the most part. So people aren't always like us, right? And then 2, a lot of these people can be sitting on 50, 100, 200, thousands of dollars in their bank, and they understand that having their money at the bank is not the best thing, right? They like their money to work for them. Again, going with the gold accents. I think I might have explained this last time, but we actually opened this bathroom up. So the wall, I believe, actually came like right here. And this was not the entrance, but in fact the entrance was on this side, but it was a lot smaller, right? So it just felt really tight. And shout out to Billy, because he did, you know, we kind of discussed this when we were walking before we bought this property, but we discussed pretty much pushing this that way, right? So that way you have some space to move in. We kept, you know, the vanity still in the same place, the toilet in the same place, shower in the same place. Obviously did new tile and everything. But we decided if we opened it up and then changed the location as far as the entrance, that this would feel a lot bigger, and it's night and day difference. We went with the black subway tile, black shower, and then look at the, again, just astonished. Step 6 is actually doing the renovation after you bought the property, right? So you've already gone through making the offer, buying the property, you closed on it, whatever, congrats. Now you actually have to execute your plan. So this is where the contractor that you got your bid from, that you hired, is gonna do most of the work, but you have to make sure you stay on top of them to make sure that they're getting it done on time, on budget, and at your quality standards. So this is when communication is very important with them. I typically go out to the property once a week just to make sure, again, those 3 things are being met. As far as timeline goes, it really depends. I mean, it's really broad. Depends on the contractor, depends on the area, ARVs, project, like how much stuff you're doing to the project. But generally speaking, if it's a minor flip, I'd say 30 to 45 days. If it's like a medium flip where you're taking out a few walls, then 2 to 3 months potentially. If it's like a full-on like rehab, you're taking out walls, you're adding stuff, it's probably gonna take 4 to, I mean, hopefully never 6 months, but it could potentially, because it also depends on permit, so it depends on where you're at. This one, I think we're going on roughly 45 days right now. Step 7, you're done with your rehab, you're happy with the product. Now it's time to sell it for a profit, obviously, hopefully. So for this one, I believe we're planning on listing at $515. Since the market is a little bit slower since we're in December and we'll come on market early January, we might lower that a little bit, but we're still in the low 5s. With all that being said, this business, you can make money, but you can also lose money. That is the reality. So if you're not running your ARVs right, you can lose your shirt. And even if you do run ARVs right, someone might walk it, or buyers might walk it and not like the layout, or they might not like the location, or there might be a crazy neighbor. Like some factors you might not even be able to control. Just be wary of that. When you're doing these flips, it helps having a team in place. So having your contractor, your agent, inspector. Alrighty guys, well, appreciate you guys tuning in today and checking out our deal, following us throughout. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you guys have any questions or if you guys want to see any specific videos, throw it down in the chat. God bless you all. Peace. Click right here to watch another video. Do it. What are you waiting for?